Hello everyone. Today is Sunday, so I want to sleep a few more hours. But I was woken up by a call from a client, with a problem, need an interpreter, and the client needs to connect with a lawyer. I have been working as an interpreter for more than 4 years now, and I have gained sympathy from many of my compatriots living abroad, which is Norway, where I have lived for more than 40 years. So, I am familiar with emergency cases and lawyers that I can refer to clients. Until now, I continue to work as an interpreter. It's very sunny today, my friends. But, I must stay at home to study, because at the end of this month, I will sit an exam about the security. This subject is difficult to remember, as it covers a lot about law in Norway. Now I take a break for reading the article. Continue with this food podcast, please listen. How to make fragrant, delicious, traditional milk with tea, at home. Milk with tea is one of the most loved tea flavors among sweet lovers. Let McDonields Podcast tell you a way to make standard, traditional Taiwanese milk with tea. Taiwanese milk with tea, famous all over the world, with a rich, unmistakable taste. Surely, when you come to Taiwan, you can't forget to enjoy a cup of milk with tea. Join the McDonields Podcast, learn and make it right away. Table of Contents. 1. Necessary ingredients for the traditional way of making milk tea. 2. The traditional way of milk tea ferry. 3. How to preserve milk with tea. 4. Frequently asked questions when making traditional milk with tea. 1. Ingredients needed for the traditional way of making milk with tea. A. Tea. The first ingredient to make milk tea cannot fail to mention tea. Currently on the market there are many different types of tea, but there are 3 most popular types of tea used to make milk tea that are used by many people: green tea, red tea, and long tea. Each type of tea will have a different taste. It is thanks to these distinct flavors that will determine the taste and deliciousness of milk tea, depending on the preferences of each person. B. Milk. The second indispensable ingredient when making milk tea is milk. Milk is a delicious and nutritious drink for all ages, not only used for drinking, but also as a raw material for cooking and baking. C. Topping. Drinking milk tea is indispensable with accompanying toppings. Currently, there are many different toppings that are modified to combine with milk tea, making milk tea even more attractive. Some popular toppings such as pearl, flan, tapioca jelly. D. Types of powder. When it comes to powders to make delicious and quality milk tea, it is impossible not to mention fat powder, also known as fat cream powder, milk powder, which makes the drink more delicious. In addition to fat powder, many people also use powders such as matcha powder, taro powder, or bamboo charcoal powder, which are also extremely popular with young people in Vietnam. E. Necessary flavorings. In addition to the above ingredients, many people also add the necessary flavorings to make the milk tea more attractive. There are a variety of scents from familiar aromas such as strawberry, orange, mint, peach. 2. The traditional way of milk tea ferry. Ingredients for making traditional milk tea. 20 grams, black tea, or tea bags, or any tea you like. 500 milliliters of filtered water. 500 milliliters fresh milk without sugar. 70 grams, brown sugar. Step 1. Cook tea. Note, for black tea, you can replace it with any dry tea or tea bag you like. Buy at a reputable establishment and pay attention to the production date and expiry date of the tea. If you don't have brown sugar, you can buy brown sugar syrup. The milk tea is delicious. First, boil 500 milliliters of filtered water, then add 20 grams of black tea to boil. Lower the heat to medium and let the black tea simmer for 5 minutes. Step 2. Make milk tea. After a few minutes of boiling the black tea, add 70 grams of brown sugar and stir well. Stir until the pot of tea boils again, then add 500 milliliters of unsweetened fresh milk. Continue to stir until the mixture is almost boiling, then turn off the heat. Step 3. Done. After making milk tea, you filter it through a sieve to remove the tea residue. Wait for the milk tea to cool, then pour it into the jar and then put it in the refrigerator to preserve. Step 4. Finished product. Milk tea is best when drunk cold, so you should add ice and some toppings such as pearls, jelly, to make the traditional milk tea more delicious and attractive. Milk tea is fragrant with the scent of pink tea, sweet black sugar, and greasy milk. The recipe is simple, so show your talent for the whole family to enjoy. 3. How to preserve milk tea. If you keep milk tea at room temperature, it should be used within 8 hours. Because if left for too long, the phenomenon of water separation and rancidity will occur. The best way is to store milk tea in the refrigerator at 10 to 15 degrees Celsius to keep for about 2 to 3 days. When storing, you should not add ice and need to separate the pearls and jelly separately so as not to affect the taste and quality of milk tea. 4. Frequently asked questions when making traditional milk tea. Is drinking milk tea fat? Milk tea has the main ingredients of tea and milk. When drinking a 500 milliliters cup of milk tea, the body will absorb about 60 to 70 grams of sugar and 500 calories, so drinking a lot of milk tea will make you gain weight quickly. How long does milk tea last? Normally, if you leave milk tea in room conditions, it can only be kept for 5 to 8 hours. If it is refrigerated, it can be longer than 2 to 3 days. However, to ensure quality, you should drink it immediately after the preparation is complete.